Have you heard? The Apple's iOS 17 update is set to be previewed at the 2023 Worldwide Developers Conference. The iOS 17 update brings long-awaited support for augmented reality and virtual reality headsets and the most significant changes to CarPlay we've seen in years.
Finally.
In this video, we'll go over the iOS 17 features and massage it with everything we know so far. Support for sideloading and alternate app stores. Beginning in 2024, European regulation mandates that Apple permit sideloading, and the company intends to comply starting with iOS 17 update.
Oh, interesting.
According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, Apple Incorporated is preparing to allow alternative app stores on its iPhones and iPads, part of a sweeping overhaul aimed at complying with strict European Union requirements coming in 2024. Apple may be obliged to let customers in Europe use alternative app shops for program downloads, which would bypass the App Store entirely. Apple will most likely implement the sideloading adjustments for European Union consumers, for starters. Still, if different continents adopt laws analogous to Europe's Digital Markets Act, Apple may open up the third-party app download, which will appear in iOS 17 to users elsewhere. Do you know that besides supporting alternate app stores, Apple will also support third-party browsers? Stay tuned, guys. We will get more details about this soon. Home screen customization. Since we can't download new themes on the iPhone and utilize them to alter the look of the user interface completely, we are looking forward to having more home screen customization options in the iOS 17 update. Apple may be hesitant to provide a user-powered store like MIUI or ColorOS, but releasing a few new theme designs with the iOS 17 would be a good start. While Apple is known for being innovative with its software, they are not eager to allow iPhone customization. It's their selling point. Just by looking at the user interface, you can tell it's an iPhone. They risk losing this quick recognition if they open up the theme creation process to anyone. However, having the option to quickly and easily change the size and appearance of icons would be a welcome addition to the iOS 17 update.
Wow. That's awesome.
Everyone is expecting this change, and many videos out there are already projecting an iOS 17 update with better customization. Let's hope Apple doesn't let us all down. CarPlay Updates. Apple previewed a new CarPlay experience at the 2022 Worldwide Developers Conference, allowing users to control features inside their vehicles, including the radio and the volume, from within CarPlay. Apple also intends to enable multiple displays and widgets in CarPlay. Support for CarPlay is expected to be included in the iOS 17 update, as the first vehicles with next-generation CarPlay integration are expected to arrive in late 2023.
You guys will love it, trust me.
Another integration we are looking forward to having with the arrival of the iOS 17 update is the mixed reality headset, which already has many rumors circulating. We will soon disclose this information to you, and the role iOS 17 upgrades will play in the mixed reality headset, so keep watching. Well, the iOS 17 update is certainly getting interesting, and as we approach its launch, more features will be revealed. So if you want to stay updated with all the features of iOS 17, then your best bet will be to subscribe to this channel. We provide some timely updates. You won't ever regret subscribing here. Third-party browsers without WebKit. Along with allowing third-party app stores, Apple may remove the WebKit restriction for third-party browsers with iOS 17 upgrade. Apple's standards require that browsers like Chrome and Firefox be developed with its open-source browser engine WebKit on iOS devices. Still, the Digital Markets Act in Europe now prevents Apple from doing so.
Yeah, really.
It is unclear at this time if Apple will only implement these changes in only Europe, or whether Apple will allow third-party browsers to be used globally. But whatever the case, we are here monitoring Apple's movement, and we will keep on updating you. So if any of the new changes, like the third-party app stores and browsers, excite you, then leave a like to show your excitement. Support for the mixed reality headset. In the premise of Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, engineers at Apple have been less concerned with iOS 17 and iPadOS 17 and more concerned with the mixed reality headset and its XR OS operating system. As a result, iOS 17 update will likely ship with fewer new features than iOS 16, which introduced significant changes to the operating system's look. While Apple's AR/VR headset is expected to operate separately from the iPhone and feature its App Store, the two devices are expected to be integrated somehow. Therefore, the iOS 17 update is expected to introduce some new headset-related functionality, given the interconnected nature of all Apple's products. Better Siri. Moving on, Siri on iOS is serviceable but falls short of being a truly remarkable digital assistant. If you ask Siri to explain the ketogenic diet, she'll take you to outer space and show you some seriously badass space engineering lingo.
Oh, that's not good. No,
I mean, doesn't it get boring to continually have to give Siri the same instructions you may already give it before? Siri simply can't take a clue. Apple's assertion that it does not collect user data renders the assistant useless. Only by learning about users and storing relevant information can a virtual assistant be helpful. Due to its so-called privacy-centered policy, Apple can't do that. Siri has been in need of updates for quite some time. We genuinely hope Siri improves in intelligence and remembers previous conversations to make correlations. Hopefully, the incoming iOS 17 update will bring us there. iOS 17 release date. iOS 17 will be previewed at the Worldwide Developers Conference in June 2023. After WWDC, iOS 17 release will be made available to developers for testing purposes, with a public beta likely to come out sometime in July. Following the beta testing period, iOS 17 will see a launch in September 2023 alongside new iPhones. The iOS 17 upgrade will have its work cut out for it if it is to surpass its predecessor. We're crossing our fingers. If everything else stays the same, the iOS 17 upgrade will deliver impressive user interface improvements and effectively render our iPhones indistinguishable from brand new ones. For additional information on Apple's iOS 17 release, check out this other fantastic video. iOS 17 features is just exciting. Apple finally got it.